Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Esper Midrange. So I've heard the roarings about this deck being the top deck in the current standard metagame, but best of 3, not best of 1. So how good is this deck in best of 1? I wanted to find out, so I went ahead and made a version of the Esper Midrange that I like in best of 1. Of course, if you look online, you're gonna find several versions that look pretty different, but all kind of in the same shell. So if you see a deck like this, it's not my design, it's just everyone's coming up with the same deck, which is Raffine with Bat, right? So the Esper Midrange is good because of Raffine with Bat. Sometimes they'll run into Sheoldred, sometimes they will run, well, of course they'll have Sheoldred, but sometimes they'll also have Urtai instead of Wandering Emperor. Sometimes they'll have more Thalia in the deck and less spells. Sometimes they'll have Make Disappear instead of No More Lies, right? There are a lot of ways to play this deck. So let's talk about this whole deck, shall we? We have, in the early game, 3 cutdowns for removal, since even though we're Esper Midrange, we're not running out that fast, so we don't Skrelv into Thalia like the old Esper Legends deck do. Then we're gonna go into 2-drop with 2 Get Lost and 2 Long Goodbye. This is my favorite card in current black metagame. I know that there is a there's Board Wipe that I really like, there's the Robbery that I really like, but Long Goodbye is just such a good card. It's 2 mana to destroy artifact, it doesn't destroy artifact, it destroys target creature or planeswalker. But unlike Go for the Throat, it can target artifact creatures. It also cannot be countered, so in mirror matchups, we can kill their Raffine very easily. So that's why I really like Long Goodbye. And I don't have Go for the Throat in this deck. You might think it's crazy, but I've Get Lost. Get Lost is like Go for the Throat, but it can also target enchantments and planeswalkers. It gives a map, that's for sure, but as a mid-range deck, we really want to have the tempo. Giving them map and letting them use their map token makes them lose their tempo. So I think that might be relevant. Then of course we have the creatures. We have 2 Fairy Mastermind. Let me put the things I talked about to the side, otherwise it's going to get confusing. We have 2 Fairy Mastermind, a little bit for card draw, and 4 bats. We need the bats to tax our opponent's hand so that they don't really know what they should be playing, since the ones that they want to play are out. And then we have 2 Dennick for life gain against Mono Redburn, but Deep Cavern Bat also is lifelink. This is just so good. This bat is crazy. It even has lifelink for some reason. Alright, and then we have 4 No More Lies to counter spells from our opponent's early game, and then of course we can get tempo with that, right? So No More Lies is pretty good using that kind of ability. Also, it's got the Exile after effect, and Exile is not nothing in against a lot of matchups, especially combo matchups. Then in the 3-drop, we're gonna have 3 Wedding Announcement, just 3 Wedding Announcement and 4 Raffine. I couldn't fit in 4 Wedding Announcements, and thinking about it, a Wedding Announcement is good, but if you're on the play a lot, this card is amazing. If you're on the draw, this card is kind of fighting from the back foot on turn 3, which is your opponent's turn 4. All you get is a 1-1, and you're losing a lot of tempo doing that. So you better have the ball rolling at that point to play. Then in the 4-drop, we're going to have 2 Wandering Emperor and 2 Sheoldred. The Wandering Emperor is just a questionable card. I know it's great. This card is amazing, and it's nothing to say about its power level. But if you are afraid of what your opponent can do to you, you can definitely exchange the Wandering Emperor for Urtai, so that you have a counter spell as a creature to back up. I don't know. I don't know how good that would be, because Wandering Emperor is also a flash speed spell, so it's just as good, if not better, because we can use that to get creatures bigger, right? And we have 2 Virtue of Loyalty. That's technically a 2-drop, so we get more 2-drop creatures that way, but we can also use it as the virtue side when you have 5 mana and nothing else to play. And then we have, in the actual 5-drops, 1 Alcatraz, the life-linking Bat God that makes our opponent discard. Pretty good against aggro decks. And then we have 1 Gix Command in case we're fighting Boros and we need to destroy all their creatures or get lifelink on our side. This might be useful. Of course, against Boros, the plan is to just get on board before they get on board. But you never know what's going to happen. It is an Esper deck, and it's 3 colors, and we have a lot of legends. So we actually also have a lot of lands, 26 lands total. All the Esper legend decks that I found usually run about 25 to 26 lands, which I think is warranted, right? So we have a lot of lands to get out the colors that we want, but more importantly, we have the channel lands. 1 Eiganjo, 1 Otawara, 1 Takenuma. They're not exactly lands. We have a lot of legends, so these are going to be channel spells until we need the lands, because we're mana screwed. So we have 2 basic, 1 plain, 1 swamp because of you know, Field of Ruins and stuff like that. And then the rest are just dual color lands. We got 4 Anchorage, we can attack them with that. We have 2 Seachrome Coast. We have 3 Cave of Coils. Let me move this to the side here. 3 Cave of Coils and 4 Shattered Sanctum. A lot of black-white mana because, for obvious reasons, we have a lot of black-white spells. And then we have 4 Darkslick Shores. I gotta move more to the side, and 2 Underground River. Notice here we have the only fast lands we have are 2 Seachrome Coast and 4 Darkslick Shores. Right? We have a lot of black mana that we want to be able to cast early, and a little bit of blue mana they want to cast early. White mana, not so much. So that's why we have blue-black and white-blue. The white mana, we can go a little bit slower because the later game spells, you know, the cards like No More Lies, you don't really need to cast it that fast if you want the Temple, right? Get Lost, even though it's 2-drop, it is a removal. Alright, Dennick, definitely you want to cast out a little bit faster, but Wedding Announcement, Wandering Emperor, those are a little bit later spells to cast. So that's the whole deck list. Let's go and play the game. Esper Midrange. I know this deck is top of the top tier in best of 3, and in best of 1, I think it's still top tier as well. But it really depends on how you play it, and also what kind of luck you have. That's it sucks to say that, but it's really about who can go first, right? Whenever you play a mid-range or a temple deck, you need the temple, and when you don't have the temple, well, you're just gonna struggle to fight back, right? This is fine. It's like an Orzhov deck. It's basically what I have in the when I was playing the discard deck. Alright, well, here's a tap land. Look, I'm tapped out. I can't play anything. Now I can play a bat. What deck are you playing? Blue-white control? Oh, okay. What the heck is this? Multicolor spell, huh? Well, he wants to play that next turn, so we'll take that out. Oh, he doesn't have red either. So it's, oh, now he does. Well then. Alright. I can't really counter anything, so I guess let's see if he wants to Lightning Vortex this. No Lightning Vortex. We're gonna play our 3-drop. That's weird. Why'd you take that damage? Widespread Thievery. Is that a good card? I'm not sure. Definitely not a bad card, honestly. But, well, my draw is great. This is definitely not a bad card, but I don't know how good of a card that is. So, here's Ill-Timed Explosion me, right? I have a big board here. It makes sense for him to do that, so let's stop that from happening. Bramble Familiar. Whoa, okay. Yeah, no hard draw for you. You want to Lightning Helix me? I guess you can do that. Okay. Hey, this is the what you call it? The Thoughtseize tax, right? You Thoughtseize something, they'll draw it right away. Arena Conspiracies. Alright, he's got another Ill-Timed Explosion, and then he discarded his Bramble Familiar. That's kind of weird. Wonder what he has now. Sheoldred, the Apocalypse. Let's just go. I wonder what he has. Honestly, we don't have the tempo here. He's at 19. We're on turn 5, so yeah. The problem is we never draw our island until the turn where we need to play Sheoldred. And at that point, I mean, what am I gonna do? Not play anything and just hold up a No More Light? That would be bad. So we play Sheoldred and see what happens. Just gonna Ill-Timed Explosion again. Oh, double Helix. Okay. Well, that's that's fun, right? We got all of our removal and counter spells against a deck that has nothing to play with. didn't miss it. Yeesh. Alright, let's counter that. Before he gets the treasure. No More Lies actually can't even get his creatures. Because they're too big. Okay. Should I just kill that right now? I'm kind of scared of it, right? So I can kill it right now, or he has one treasure. He gets a lot of treasure from that. Let's stop that from happening. You can have your maps. Because he can cast it whenever, and I don't want him to do that. It doesn't say sorcery. It says whenever. Ill-time explosion. Alright. Draws 2, discards 2. Does he discard up to 2? Oh, you may discard 2 cards. I didn't even know what that card does. I thought it was just draw 2, discard 2. I thought it was bad. Haven't played Is It in a while. He didn't want to kill my 2/2. I don't know what to do here. This is a terrible hand, and I keep drawing terribly. He has a lot of lands. Maybe it's a lot of lands to deck. We have one island. That's just embarrassing. Or one blue mana, I should say. Not even an island. It's nothing. It's probably going to kill my Fairy Mastermind, but what am I going to do? Not play it? Oh, okay. Well. Does he have Wandering Emperor? Doesn't look like it. Atraxa. Hey, you remember this card? Well then. That happened. Not a lot of damage, but it's something. Should I let him draw? I kind of want to draw myself, but this is board presence. I really need to draw myself. What does this do? Search your library for basic land. There are 5 color amount permanents you control. Those No More Lies, man. If it wasn't for that, I'd be dead by now. Yes, nothing? Oh, okay. You can have a card. I will also draw a card, which happened to be a land. And then we'll go to my turn. You know, I know it's a land and all, but at least it's an island. Should I just announce another wedding? This draws me a card. I'm not even gonna run on to Dennick, right? Ugh. Alright, well. Running on to Dennick might have saved me the game, but I don't really know. Invasion of Alara. Is it just an invasion deck? Lightning Helix, okay. No. I'll kill my own Fairy Mastermind, thank you. It's gonna No More Lies me? Alright, use his counter spell. Now I'm gonna kill it. Oh, you can't counter it. Nice play. Alright, what does he solve? Combat, target creature you control gains flying. Gains your choice of flying, double strike, vigilance. Alright, all pretty good things. Dennick is good, but no. Cycle. Use up his treasure. Niv miss it again, huh? I can't counter this one. Protection from multicolor, or monocolor. Each instant has jump start. Yes. Ow. That's loud. Alright, well, not gonna get haste, so it doesn't matter. Does that have haste on itself? No. Double strike, vigilance. What does Jumpstart do? By discarding a card in addition to his cast, then exile the card. Eesh, holy cow. That is... Oh, sorry. Thought it was... That was his go. It was my go. That's a lot of lightning vortexes. I mean, to be fair, right? I drew terribly, and then there's nothing I can do now that this happened. I don't want to go to my turn. Let me Wandering Emperor something out. No more lies. I don't know if I can fight that, right? He's got 1 lightning vortex. He'll go up to 6. His protection on monocolor, so... Is there anything else I can play? Now I draw lands. Alright, so... Let's see, I can attack for 6. He'll gain 3 life. He'll go to 6. With the Lightning Helix. And then I have... Actually... No. Right? I can't do it with the Nivinix. That's the only thing. I can attack him for 6. And if 2 gets through... If 2 gets through... Now he goes to blockers. Yeah, I can't deal the extra 1 damage. Ah, heartbroken. GG. Now he gets all those whenever, however he wants to cast them. That's too much. Yeah, that was... It was a long game, and we could have won if if we drew something that's not a land. Jesus. All right, that was yeah, the Esper Midrange, top deck, losing to the jankiest of all trash. Well, he drew all these cards. Like, how many Lightning Helix did he draw? And I didn't even draw a single Raffine. Alright, we're gonna go first, but we have only cut down and get lost, so let's hope that we don't suck. Alright, turn 2 bats. That's pretty good. What are you playing here? Green, huh? Tyvar stand? Let's see. Well, that's the only 2 drops, so let's take that out. I don't even know what deck that is. This is Reach, right? Sure. He's got a Tyvar stand, so I'm not gonna bother running those out. I will run Raffine out because that's a free card draw. It's gonna get big green cards. Polychronos. Alright, I'm probably gonna toss a Darkslick Shores, but I want to get rid of both of these, right? While his Tyvar stands tapped, there's a flash spell. If an opponent casts a black this turn with the top 4 cards of your library, you may reveal permanent cards put into your hand. So definitely catches this deck. And this is whenever a creature. Alright, let's. Well, whenever another creature into the battlefield, right? So. No creature entered. We'll cut this down. We get a big bat. That's a big bat. Alright, discard these tap lands. And I can Anchorage. Then I have Otawara up next turn. If I draw an island. He's already at 15. He's gonna scout us. I don't actually make the bat any bigger. I discard 2 lands. Alright. So, he can do this because I played Sheoldred. How much do I hate that? It's a flash speed 4-2, right? But I can gain a lot of life doing this. Either way, he's gonna play it, so I'm not gonna discard my Sheoldred. You get an island. I mean, a forest. Very nice for you. We will pump the bat some more. I can toss a Raffine and a Dennick. Now it's a 4. And he's down to 8. I'll hold on to the Otawara. Not very easy to get rid of an Otawara. Or counter an Otawara effect. Tyvar's stand does not give lifelink. And it gets hexproof, but how good is that? He definitely wanted to go after Sheoldred here. So he placed nothing instead. Huh. Well, he didn't play nothing, right? He just go to second main phase. Because he's not attacking. Sandstalker Moloch. Alright, just quit. I mean, we lose to trash, but we don't lose to this type of trash. Green? That Sand Trapper Moloch thing is terrible. It's a 3 mana 4/2. If it's 3 mana 4/2, draw a card, it's not even that good. And there is a stipulation that it has to be your opponent playing a blue or black spell. Anyways, let's go to the next game. The games we win are very fast. The game we lose are kind of slow. Let's see if it's a fast or slow game. Well, opponent goes first. I guess a slow game it is. We have 2 fast lands into a virtue. So, maybe. Well, of course, I'm going to Anchorage first, and then the other 2 fast lands, because I'm not playing anything turn 1. Opponent goes first. If we were going first, this would have been a way different game. But because opponent's going first, I don't know. We're going to have to give the tempo up to turn 3 for us, right? Technically turn 2 for us, turn 3 for our opponent. Our opponent is not playing fast at all. We'll say hi, even though he took an hour from Mulligan. Myth 13. He's the myth, oh no, it's the man, the myth, the legend. The Jace playing mono red. Every Jace plays mono red. Not mono red? What? Madness. Alright, we got 2 of our 3 wedding announcements out. They already sunken Citadel, so it's probably going to be a, I don't know, blue-white control? Yeah. Yep. How did I see that coming? Alright, would you like to counter this? It would be a mistake, but you never know. He's really gonna have to think about it. This is a choice for Blue Eye Control to make, right? Do you counter a turn 2 Virtue? You don't. Good. Now counting a turn 2 Virtue is correct. So before we do anything, let's attack. Alright, so I don't want to run into a counter spell here, do I? Well, I kind of have to. Maybe I just do that. I have a lot of counter spell to run into, so let's force out the counter spells one by one. You have to counter this. That's your Blue Eye Control. You see a wedding announcement, you counter it. Wedding announcement is slow trickled value. Oh wow, okay, that's not right. So I don't know what he has. I think it could be an apparatus deck, but a wedding announcement is something that you have to stop because it's slow trickled value, and that trickled value slowly builds up until it kills you, right? And you can't really stop it in the middle. You want to stop it at the end, but by the time that happens, it's already too much damage. So that's my opinion. That's how I feel. See, looking at the wedding announcement for a the destroy effect, I forgot what it's called. March. Yo, my man. You don't want to tap out on your turn? What? Probably a Sunfall, right? Probably a Sunfall is what he's looking to do. If that's the case, I don't need to throw out Raffine just to get Sunfall. I should attack with 2. Well, depending on what he's doing. 4 mana March. That's kind of weird. Definitely looking to Sunfall now. Or he can Field of Ruin. That's not a very good play, but I welcome it. Maybe it's... Okay, if it's Field of Ruin into Depopulate, that would be a good play. If that's what he has, I'll take it. I will have to take it, but I'll take that as a good play. Unless he has that, right? The Darkslick Anchorage, it's annoying, but, you know, I'll make do. So I have no white mana. I have 1 white mana here. So I'm going to take a white mana. So I have 2 whites. I have 2 black. I have 3 blue. So let's just take a Plains. Temporary lockdown. Okay, so that's what he has. Not very nice. Let's see, if I play Raffine here, I will still have the mana up, right? Yeah, I'll still have the mana up. So I can still counter with no more lies if I need to do that. But now, he needs to worry about my creatures. So it's kind of like a, you know, Field of Ruin into Depopulate. Pretty good. For him. Not very good for me. He's looking at my Raffine Tower thinking what he's going to do. I mean, I have a Raffine's Tower and a Raffine. Come on. Against Blue Eye Control, it's very hard to play this deck without tempo. We went second, so we lost all the tempo. We got no bat, so we lost even more tempo. And now, we have nothing to play, so... Should we just attack with 2 creatures? Alright, so here's the thing. If I attack with 2 creatures, he Wandering Emperor me, right? Well, he can Wandering Emperor to Raffine, actually. That's really annoying. If he Wandering Emperor and then kills the Raffine, that's bad. But if I counter his Wandering Emperor, then he Sunfalls. It's also bad. Still. I feel like I kind of had to do it. There's a Wandering Emperor. Let's hope I draw no more lives again. I do! Okay. Now I discard 2 cards. So we'll discard Alcatraz. Alcatraz is kind of slow, right? But I definitely don't need to get lost against this deck. And then I will discard the Eiganjo, because I'm playing the Restless Anchorage this turn. Alcatraz costs too much, though. And then it gets Sunfall, so... Let's get more damage in. We draw another card. Our winning announcement flips. The No More Lies is making this deck work. Without it, I would not know what to do. March. Well, first we pay for that 1. Stop your march. He's desperate and he quits. Alright. Esper Legends gets it done. Or not Legends, Esper Midrange gets it done with Raffine. I mean, the 2 games we won. I think both games we have Raffine. And you can see how good Raffine is, right? This deck has always been about getting this card out. Because it's really not just a ward. It's the attack conniving triggers. It doesn't give you more cards, but it gives you more selection. But it also pumps the board up. And that's a lot, right? For a deck that can pump the board up, you can tempo into your advantage and win very quickly. And that's what makes this deck strong. We're going to talk about cuts. What can we cut? Cut down. 2 cut down I think will be enough. Long Goodbye is great. Get Lost is great. I don't miss the fact that I don't have Go for the Throw, because I don't think Go for the Throw would have stopped anything. That first game, I don't know if there was a way for us to win with the way that we drew. That first game was very janky too, so it's fine. This deck is not tech against that. That deck is tech against us, right? It was protection on monocolor. Their big play is the 1 dragon that's protection on monocolor, which we monocolor all the way. So we can't really stop it. The way that we beat that deck is to get the tempo advantage and just kill them, which we couldn't do because we went second and we draw all these removal instead of any of our tempo creatures. So that was why we lost, but I think the best way we would have been able to play it is if I had known their hand, which you would not have known, right? It was to play the Dennick a little bit earlier and just get in for more damage. Of course, that's hindsight. And I think the Wedding Announcement is a card in the deck that you cannot cut. Even though I only have 3, Wedding Announcement got us a lot of games. Because when you have the temple, when you have the board presence, then landing a wedding announcement really gives you that extra oomph, right? But if you're on the play, or I should say on the go, what am I saying? When you're on the draw, when your opponent goes first, right? Wedding announcement is very hard to land because by your turn 3, which is going into their turn 4, they'll probably have a bigger board presence. And if they're not aggroing you, then they're controlling you, and wedding announcement is going to get countered. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed that a lot of people forget to do is counter the wedding announcement. This card is broken if you just let it out. Of course, you counter it on turn 3, it's just a turn 3 whiff, right? But if your opponent just lets out a wedding announcement that you play, oh man, you have so much board presence, you have so much value, you get the choice of draw cards or get extra 1/1s that turn into 2/2s, and if it multiple wedding announcement, they stack. So it's not just extra 2/2s, it's extra 3/3s, extra 4/4s. If you have virtual loyalty, oh man, it's just tokens are overrunning your opponent before your own creatures do. It's not a token deck, it's a deck that generates tokens, but mostly it's Raffine winning the game. So that's what makes this deck really, really strong. Now, one additional cut I think you can make, take out the Alcatraz and put in an Urtai. I think that's definitely something you can do if you want to have more counter spells at your disposal. I definitely feel like there are points where I wish I had more counter spells, but that's just the way I play. And I always go second, so I needed to come back somehow, right? That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.